Bodhi.
Good evening to you. Thank you.
Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well today.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm not the best, but I'm all right. I might take tomorrow and day after Saturday and Sunday off.
Let's check it. Your 2 days weekend, right?
Yeah, because I'm not feeling the best. So I might do it today, but tomorrow and day after. I'll let you know if I'm coming on Sunday. So I'll have a break tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just yeah. Take good care of yourself.
Yeah, my system is not working well because I got few issues. One is I got a prostate gland problem, and
Mm-hmm.
also I have got this particular, vitamin B deficiency. So I feel a bit dizzy sometimes. So I'm having injections for that. So a little bit
Oh,
of, dizzy situation is there sometimes. So I wonder whether you can change the time at least from 9 to 10. I don't know whether you can do that.
9 to 10. So your time is 9 to 10, right?
Earlier the better, 9 to 10 or 8:30 to 9:30 or something like that would be better if possible.
So what's about yeah? What about now? Is 9 half past 9 to 10, half past 10, right? At your time?
No, no, my time is 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
9:30
okay.
same time as yours, but I prefer around 8:30 to 9:30 is much better if possible. I don't know whether you can adjust that.
Okay, I will check with the yeah members. Yeah,
Yeah.
because maybe yeah most of them because the time difference. I'm not sure. Thank you so much.
Or you can try 9 to 10 if possible. If
Okay.
9 to 10,
Sorry to keep you yeah to keep you so late. Thank
yeah,
you.
because my health issues are not that great. So,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Thank you
I,
so
I'm
much.
I'm 75 plus.
So yeah, you are so good. Your sister helps you a lot in the past.
I think I have to thank my parents giving me that much of strength up to this point. Anyway, uh, yeah, 75. So 75 plus. So it's all right. I enjoy. I really appreciate your thoughts and your blessings and especially the listening and your questioning. I like the questioning. I really appreciate your questioning because when you question, that shows you are following.
Yes, yes.
That's
And
the main
yeah,
thing.
yeah, we try our best to follow you because of the yeah
Yeah,
language issue.
yeah, yeah. But you can see how good these teachings are. You know how excellent teachings given by the Buddha. Anyway, uh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, if you are happy, we can start now. We'll go to the Mahamangala Sutra. Me and my wife together, we completed the entire sutra now. So you have got a
Yes.
copy of that. So I would like to go to the last one. The
Oh,
thing
go to the
is,
last
okay,
verse.
yeah, before that, I'll just explain something to you very, very briefly. Now,
Oh, okay.
Uh, Buddha, uh, the Buddha's teachings, when you read Buddha's teaching sutra, you have to remember that these sutras are not 100% complete because they came from word to word, mouth to mouth, right?
Yes.
For over a period
Yes.
of time, 250 years or some 250 years, I believe. So until it came to the books. So the arahants maybe reduce the discourse or the sutra to make it easy for them to write down. So there are so many things missing in this sutra. So luckily, the terms are there, sounds are there to we can gather together, combine together, and get some sort of a meaning. but the meaning
Yes, yes.
has to be, yeah, the meaning has to be uh, experimented or checked by our system. There's no any other way. Because when you explain something, we have to put it into our system and see whether it's working or not. So that is the only option we have got to figure out whether we are on the right track or not. So you must remember that most of the
Mm,
sutras written in the books are not 100% complete. I believe this Mahamangala Sutra even, Buddha had said and done more than what is written here. More than.
exactly. Yeah, I believe in that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
so we are trying our best to get the meaning so that it's beneficial to us. So it's
Yeah,
beneficial to us to make the teachings beneficial to us practically, I would say.
right.
Practically. So it's a practically viable teachings. So Buddha said, you practice and see the truth of these things, practically viable. Okay, beneficial to us together. So anyway, let us go to the first thing and the last one. Buddha said the first thing is the question. The ask the question. The last thing to figure out what the Buddha was taking this particular person towards what particular position, which tells you very clearly when you look at those two things. So in a sutra, always you look at the first verse and the last verse. Even
Mm,
Karaniya Sutra, there's another famous sutra, Karaniya Metta Sutra, Ratana Sutra, and this is the Mahamangala Sutra. All these sutras, we have to figure out the first verse or compare or look at the first verse and the last verse of all sutras. So if I want you to make it clear, so we have to find out what is the starting point, what is the end point.
okay.
What
So
the
it
what
seems
did
like,
the
yeah, it just
yeah,
teach us how to do the
yeah,
reading.
yeah,
Yeah.
reading. Yeah, yeah, you have to read like that. Otherwise, pretty, hard to, it get confused. A lot of people get confused because of not looking at that. So first one is this and the last one is this. So it says, Buddha says in that we can, visualize or we can figure out where Buddha started and where Buddha ended.
Yes. Thank you so
Then,
much.
yeah, then what you have to look at is in between, the other verses in between must be in par with, or in par with means they should go with that objectives to the last point. If not,
Yes.
the translation is wrong, no matter who does that. But the
Oh,
people
yeah.
get confused. People get confused. You start with one and you end up with another thing. There is no link between the first and the last one. What is in between? You are with me?
Yeah. Yes, it should be. It should be
Yeah,
for the this
yeah.
one.
I'm a teacher for nearly 50 years. You know, at
Yes.
I, I'm 75, but nearly 50 years I was teaching. And while I was being an engineer, I taught while I in the evenings. So also, so nearly 50 years of teaching, I have done two diplomas in education you know in addition to engineering. So I have learned so psychology, sociology, and philosophy as well. So
Ah,
so I taught the teachers how to teach.
yes.
So I was in a position to teach that. So as well. So in my career, I have done all those things. I know how the teachers are teaching, what their problems, and what the students are, students' problems, the problems of a teacher, all these things. So I'm combining all these things to tell you when you are reading the sutra, go along this particular method, you can learn and remember a lot of things in the future as well. So keep that in mind and let us look at the very first one and the last one. Okay, we'll go to the
Okay.
okay, very first verse is we'll go to the first one straight away and come back to the last
Okay.
one. Okay, go to the first one.
Okay. Thank you so much. This methodology is very useful.
Yeah, yeah,
Well
that's actually,
benefited.
yeah. Thank you. So anyway, the first thing is due to the question. Okay, question we know because the
This is the question, right?
yeah, that's the question. Bahu deva manussacha mangalani achintayu akanka mana sottanang bruhi mangala muttama. So question is very, very clear. The reason is we went through this earlier. So Bahu Deva Manussacha Mangalani Achintayu. What first one says, I have done so much to control myself, right? In our words. If you look at the words given there, it's the final meaning is that I have done so much to control my sense from defilements. But
Uh,
but the problem is on the omniscient Buddha. My problem is this monk coming to the Buddha and telling. The problem
okay.
is I was so happy, I was so adamant, and I was having this particular happiness as a proudness or over joyfulness about what I have achieved. So therefore, it find it difficult for me to go further to get the final object or the
Nirvana.
final destination. I can't go to go towards my final destination, the bliss of
Nirvana.
nibbana or whatever, the way he said that. For Buddha figure out the problem within a matter of seconds and gave this uh,
This one, right?
yes,
From here, right?
that's the question. Bahu deva
Um,
manusacha. The very
this is the
first one is the
question.
question. Is the question. That's the question. That's the question. So if you read the translation, how do I become neutrally
Mm.
blissful, eternally very well relieved from all impurities, as well as unbiasedly joyful, supreme, sublime human being? By eliminating what is to be eliminated. This is what is obstructing. Those obstructive levels of overwhelming proudness or ponder and overconfidence and the incurred, especially due to being a well controlled person by my own process of this life. So it's a proudness, it's a overconfidence about the way things are going. So that is, in other words, thing that we learn, if you can put this way, bit of my speed is bit higher than the neutral speed because of that. So there is a speed, as I said, in every human being, there is a speed. So this monk's speed is little bit higher than natural.
Yeah.
I said Dhamma is speed. So Dhamma has gone up a little bit. So Dhamma is the term you have to understand. In a lot of text, it says Dhamma is what Buddha preached. No, it is not. I have so many things to explain that as we go along later, right? In
Yeah, we also use this to,
Dhamma,
yeah, we
yeah.
also use Dharma.
Dhamma
We
is,
also use Dharma.
there is a verse in Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutra, the book that we have written. There is a verse in Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutra. It's along the line you should be able to find out that. That says, Yankinchi Samudaya Dhamma. Any Dhamma is escalating or increasing. That is what it means, Buddha said. Yankinchi samudaya dhamma. If any dhamma is increasing, sabbantang nirodha dhammanti. All increasing dhamma should be neutralized. That is the meaning of that. So Dhamma cannot be the teachings of the Buddha. Dhamma
Ah,
is the speed. Any Dhamma is increasing. Any Dhamma is due to the things that you are contained in your system, the system get disturbed by the speed. That is what it means.
yeah, I
Yang,
see.
yeah, Yankinchi Samudaya Dhamma. It is in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra. Yankinchi samudaya dhammang sabbantang nirodha dhammanti. That is the verse given by the Buddha. So this cannot be explained if you believe Dhamma is what the Buddha taught. No. It is the speed and the things due to the speed. What contained in the system to produce a speed. Use the word produced, not arising, the produce. You can remember yesterday I said production. So whatever speed is produced by the system has to be reduced to the neutral level. That is what Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, the meaning of that particular sutra, Dhammacakkappavattana, watching the Dhamma and reduce that to the neutral. That is what the Dhammacakkappavattana means.
Okay.
Okay, because if you miss that particular term by
Yeah.
giving a different meaning, the entire Buddhist philosophy gets confused. I have to
Yes,
stress this
yes, yes.
because this is
Very important.
a very, very important point I'm making here. So you can search for that. Mahasatipatthana Sutra, Buddha said that.
Yeah.
Mahasatipatthana Sutra, entire sutra, which is now I'm writing that, it has got so many things. The entire sutra is emphasizing to reduce the speed of the system,
Yes.
guiding us.
Yeah. Yeah, I read some pages. Yes.
Yeah. Entire sutra is guiding us by the Buddha to reduce our speed to the normal level. What is normal level? Calmness. What is normal level? Upekha. What is normal level? Neutralizing. So that is what is teaching. Mahasati. Sati means upekka. Mahasati means it's a high level. Upekka is very well admired by the Buddha. Upeksha is the best in this world. That's why it says Mahasati Patthana Sutra. Maha means the excellent, extremely great. Upekka. Mahasati. Patthana is how you maintaining the upekha, how to maintain upekha, mahasati, how to maintain this invaluable upekha, the method to maintain this upekha, that is what,
Upeka. Yeah, 10 perfections. The last one?
yeah, uh, upekha is, neutral,
Neutral.
you're becoming neutral.
It means soft nirvana.
Yes, sort of nibbana, towards nibbana.
Okay.
Serenity and tranquility. You can say that. So
Tranquility.
upekka
Equanimity.
is serenity. We are going towards the how to go towards the serenity and tranquility. The method to maintain that in your life. That is what Mahasatipatthana Sutra means. So Dhammacakka is how to reduce the speed so that it will come to the neutral level. So it becomes upekha. Okay, so if you look at all these meanings of the sutras, then you can find out what is the content of that sutra. Then you can see the content is in par with it's it's going with the heading or the topic. Otherwise, there's a conflict situation where people can't understand properly. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. Just for the time being, let us go to this one again, if you don't mind. If you have any
Yes,
questions, you
please.
can bring here. You can bring the questions as we go along. So this one
Yes.
says, my question is this, Buddha. My question is this, according to our way of, expressing or, putting forward the question. I have done so much, but the problem is I got stuck because of my proudness about the achievements that I have made so far. I'll repeat that.
I
I'm,
think, yeah.
yeah, I have done so much, Buddha, but I'm, but I got stuck because I was proud of what I have achieved. So how can I go from here? Okay,
Yeah.
that's the question asked by the monk or unknown. No, there's no name about that monk, but in the other sutras, the names are there: Kondanya, Anya, Kondanya, and all that. Anyway, now here, the very first thing Buddha said was Asevanacha Balana. Anyway, let us go to the last one now. That's the question. What is the last one? The last one, last verse. What Buddha was trying to allow that person to achieve, which says in the last one, last verse. Would you kindly go to the last verse, if you don't
Yes.
know? Last one.
Please wait for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Last verse.
Yeah,
This
that's the
one?
last verse. Yeah, last verse is that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what it says is, I'll just explain that in my words without reading this maybe too much. You can read that at your leisure time. So, what it
Mm.
says is, now, after following what Buddha asked this monk to follow in the other verses explains, Buddha is explaining what to do, right? So
Yeah.
if you look at what Buddha has asked this person to do is exactly the perfection, to develop the arise the perfections, not to develop, arise the perfections, allow the system to arise perfections, and also unwholesome actions. So they are going together. If when you read that, you will understand. Finally, this person comes to a situation eradicating karma totally. So no dealing with the karma. Then once the karma is rejected, the entire world will reject this person. What do you mean by that? It doesn't mean that the people in the world are rejecting when I say that.
No.
It is the Upadana Rupa is rejecting this person. So
Okay.
you have to you have to be very careful here when you are explaining that for understanding. So
Yes, yes.
Buddha was not rejected by anybody in the world. Now see, still the Buddha is respected. So Buddha is not living anymore, but still the Buddha is respected. So it's not rejected. But what is rejecting? All the Upadana Rupas are rejecting this particular person because
So
that
is it
person,
good, right?
it
Yeah,
is,
Upadana Upa rejected this person.
yeah, that
In
is
that
no,
situation is good?
yeah, no, there is no fuel of karma to
Ah,
produce, there's no fuel of karma to produce Upadana Rupa because Buddha said Upadana Rupa are the things giving trouble and the sadness and the suffering. So if just imagine if you have got a system where no Upadana Rupa are producing, then what is arising? Upekha. It's
Upeka.
always
Ah,
upekha. So no matter what you do, you talk to a person, what is arising? Nothing is developing. Nothing is producing other than, I won't say the producing, arising upekka. Anything arises good. I said yesterday. So upekka is arising when I talk to a person. When I eat something, the upekka is with me. When I am, cleaning the house, upekka is there, nothing else. No upadana rupa comes and, trouble me. When I drive the car, upekka coming, but you have to train yourself. So very much on the upekka side, maybe 10% or 5% calm a little bit, not much. So it is a big relief. So Buddha is bringing this person towards that direction. In the final one, it says, Eta disana katpana sabbata. So he becomes a person who is a winner, not a loser. He's the winner of the world. He's not a loser at all, as he or she was. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that is the point that Buddha is taking this person to, or the destination is very clear. But remember that until that person practices these things, we know Buddha is asking him to go to this point. Anyway, all right, now we'll go back to the first part of the answer. Asevanacha balana. Just go back to that, please.
Ah,
Second verse. Okay, that's the first
this
one.
one,
First
this
one is the
this one,
question. Second
this
one is,
one.
yeah, that's the second one. That's from there. From there, the Asevanacha Balanang up to 11th one. There are 12 altogether. So there are
Mm.
10, 10, 10 verses are explaining the way of handling this problem by the Buddha.
Ah,
So 10 points
so
are given.
interesting.
Here, 10 points are given for this person to get on to that situation where karma will be gone by that time. Who is coming? Upekka is coming towards the system, and it will stand there. It will stabilize there. It will get permanently stabilized in the system, the upekka, no matter what you do. So that person achieved, break that particular problem, that particular person had, where couldn't go beyond that, attachment to proudness. So Buddha is asking, Asevanacha balanam panditanancha sevana pujacha pujaniyanang etam mangalam uttama. The very first one Buddha says, don't entangle with or associate with papa dhamma or dasa papa dhamma or 10 unwholesome actions or pancha nivana dhamma or 5 barriers. Why they are dhamma? They are increasing our dasa papa kamma. I made a mistake. But why they are kamma? They are increasing our dhamma. Dhamma is the speed. So I was thinking about dhamma, and it's correct, but uh, it's increasing the dhamma. Dasa papa kamma is increasing the dhamma. Dasa pancha nivarna dhamma is increasing the dhamma. Nivarna is increasing the dhamma. Dhamma is given there. Pancha nivarna dhamma. Dasa papa kamma. So kamma or dhamma both are giving extra speed to the system. That's why Buddha insisted that. I hope you have understood that. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, what to associate with? Associate with dasa punya kamma, 10
That's a
actions
punya
of
karma.
harmonious living. That is 10 wholesome actions and 10 Paramita,
Um,
paramita or perfections.
ah,
Now,
paramita,
yeah,
paramita.
you can
多了很
understand
多。
because your request is to explain the Magadhi language. I didn't put the English into that. Instead of putting dasa paramita, I would have put 10 perfections. I don't like the perfections term. I would like to say I don't want to replace Buddha's terms with any other terms. What I'm doing here is I'm using Buddha's term. Dasa paramita is the terms Buddha used. Then I explain what it is in English without inserting a English term to paramita. That is wrong. That shouldn't be done. You can't
paramita.
replace Buddha's words with some other words. You should not. Some people might not agree, but I don't agree with that because then you are changing Buddha's words. Now, see,
Yes,
just imagine
we
if I
know
say,
it.
yeah, then you forget about Dasaparamita, you are talking about perfections. Then go on explaining what perfections are. No, we don't want what the perfections are. We want what the paramitas are.
Paramita. Yes.
Paramita.
So,
So you insisted me to explain the Magadhi language. So I thought in all books that I have written is I have not replaced Buddha's terms with any other terms in any language, not in my language. I have
yes.
written that with a description to say paramita is 10 stage noble path towards tranquility. This is there are 10 stages which will go towards tranquility, but it's a noble path. It's
Yes.
the path brings you tranquility. It's a special path. So that is
Yeah.
better explanation than just putting perfections.
Yes, yes. We can understand you, and at the same time, we also insist on that, yeah, to keep the original teachings of the Buddha. So I
Yeah,
can understand you. Sometimes, yeah, it's really hard to find any other language, especially English, to replace the terms. The terms, yeah.
yeah. I have seen a lot of uh, in a lot of books they say karma they say greed, then they go on explaining what greed is, then they just forget about karma is gone away, now the greed comes in, they are explaining about greed, pages and pages they are writing on greed, but where's karma gone away? No, that's not right.
Yes. So karma, dharma, and your explanation is quite different from yeah, the English edition.
Yes,
So,
of course,
but I
of course.
can understand you. I can follow you.
Yeah, because this is in par with what Buddha said, because if I bring those terms everybody get confused. This
Mm.
happened, to us. This happened to us. I read a lot of English books. I'm not blaming them. That is how they were taught. So that's why they are writing in that manner. But what I'm insisting here is you have to be very careful when you are reading because you should never reject the Buddha's terms.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some other way you have to find out what the meaning is from,
Yes,
and you had to put it into your system. So, see, paramita is a very strong word rather than perfections.
yes.
Paramita, dasa paramita. So it's so
Mm.
right. So let us move on. So Buddha is asking
Okay.
to follow the dasa paramita and dasa punya kamma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then you can put your in your language also. You can explain what it is. No problem. Once you understood the things along those lines.
Mm.
Yeah, that will.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Then Buddha says, now see, Buddha is trying to put this person in a different perspective, like, don't go with that proudness towards to, because the proud person might get in no time in the anger comes in. Because if somebody says, okay, you are proud of your, achievement, I think you have not achieved that. If somebody says that, what will happen to that person?
And that, yeah, the person heard it and get
Yeah,
angry, annoyed, at least
yeah,
annoyed, unhappy at the first beginning.
yeah. He's happy with the things he has achieved. Say he met somebody and that person says to him or her, I think you are not achieved that much. What will happen to that person?
And that person maybe think, yeah, yeah,
They are
they
jealous about
comment,
me, or jealousy comes, or
yeah, yes,
they don't
yes.
like me, they don't believe me. Then what are these things throwing into that
It
person's?
teaches, yeah, they are the feelings.
Yeah, the get bad feelings, anger comes in, everything comes into the system. So to stop that happening, Buddha put this one to his mind first. Do this one. Don't associate what that means. If somebody blames you or if somebody says to you something,
Mm,
don't get upset. That is why Buddha said these things. To practice the
yeah,
paramita, then he cannot be changed by anybody else. His system cannot be changed by anybody else. Can you
can be
understand that?
changed by anybody else? Yes,
So
and
that,
yes.
that is the reason why Buddha said this, according to our thinking. There may be different reasons. This one or two reasons. So to go along this line, to remember, we have to find out why Buddha said this.
Okay, so in the following verses, and the Buddha explain it in details. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Buddha knows that person knows about the paramita. Otherwise, that person can't come to that stage. Buddha knows, he's a monk. So he knows about paramita. So Buddha uh, uh, reiterated or asked him to recall what he has practiced over and over again and go along that line. Bring it on. Don't bring the bad things. Don't
Yes.
start bad things. Bring the good ones again and again to consolidate your system with that. That's the word.
Yeah.
To
Consolidate.
consolidate. Yeah.
Okay.
Consolidate with what he has achieved, bring it on. Don't go in the wrong direction. It can put you in the wrong direction if you stay there with that proudness. So break that thought, or break, that's the intention of the Buddha, to break that thought at the very instant. It won't break at once, it will take time. So because it's so, stick to the system, so Buddha tried everything to help him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the next one. What then the next point says?
Next one is about the
Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Then the next one. The next, yeah. Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. The next verse. Just immediately after.
which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
I get lost.
yeah. The second verse. Now the first
Second
verse is clear.
verse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
Now the first verse is clear. No, not that one. The what is
And
the first
yeah,
one?
the first one is the generally outline
No, first
how
one
do you
is the
calculate?
question. First one is the question. Second one we
First one.
discussed. That now the
Okay.
next one. We'll go to the next one.
Next one. This
So,
one. Who?
no, not that. Not that.
Not this one.
Before that. No.
This one. Before that. Okay.
Page two.
This
Page two.
one.
Patiru. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Sorry.
Patirupa Desa Vasocha. So Buddha says, what you are holding on to, remember what you are holding on to is a upadana rupa,
Yes.
as the proudness. That's why it says. That's the reason why Buddha insisted with this particular verse. So what's the message given? In other words, what's the message given from this particular verse to that person by the Buddha? That's what we have to analyze. We have to analyze properly. Then you don't have to by heart. You can analyze and remember very clearly. You may not be able to remember the terms Patti Rupa Desa, but you know what was the second part tells. What is the second part explains, or the message of the second part is such and such. You can remember. So first one is to protect that person from, without looking the Buddha's verses, the first thing is to get rid of that person going along the bad path. What is that? It ends up with anger. To prevent that happening, Buddha said the first verse. Second verse says, look at what has happened to you, what you are holding on to. You are holding on to Upadana Rupa. That's why your system is got so much proud and over confidence, because you are holding on to Upadana Rupa related to what you have achieved. Can you understand that?
Yes, yes.
So you have to understand along the path where Buddha has gone through. I just want, without throwing these terms into your head, all the time, hard to remember. I'm just trying to put the views of the Buddha, the messages of the Buddha one by one, so that
Okay.
you get interested in understanding. Otherwise, that may be too cumbersome and difficult for you to understand.
Yes, yes.
So I don't want to put into that situation. I want to tell you the plan of the Buddha, because the plan of the Buddha has come in no time. Because when the question asked, the answer came in no time. Buddha didn't say, wait a minute,
So great.
come
Yeah.
tomorrow, I'll give you a answer to this. No. Well, then and there gave the answer. So Buddha has got all the answers in the Buddha's omniscient power. So Buddha
Omniscient.
gave
Yeah,
this.
omniscient power.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
So Buddha
Full
said,
of, yeah,
mm,
yeah, unbelievable.
yeah,
Full of eloquence and also wisdom.
yeah.
So
Wisdom
re
full of, yeah,
yeah,
full of,
react
full of
so
everything.
so swiftly. Yeah.
Yeah, no words to explain. No words to
Mm.
explain the Buddha's power.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
beyond imagination, I would say.
Beyond imagination. Yes.
So now Buddha said, don't go to the bad things. And now remember what has happened to you. You are holding on to Rupa, Upadana Rupa. That's why you are suffering. That's why you can't move forward.
Yes.
Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha Pubbeta Kata Punyata. Use your knowledge that you have got already to observe these things. That's what it says. So Buddha is praising what he has you know already achieved, which is a good way of helping the person. Now see, if a child comes with a wrong answer to the question or the mathematical problem, what we have to do is we should never you know discard that or blame the child. We have to say to the child, don't worry, when I was small I made a lot of mistakes, so this simple, you can try again, you'll be there. Something like that, encouraging words. So Buddha has encouraged this person, it shows. It's a teaching method. Look at that, that's also there embedded in the
Big
system.
mesa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's use your knowledge that you have achieved, please, to get over this problem. That is what Buddha said. Just imagine,
Yes.
just see what is going on in your system. That's the second one, which is quite interesting. Okay. Then the third one, yeah, go little bit, little by little, yeah. We'll go to all these things and see what the scenario is. Okay. The third one, which is another interesting one. Buddha says, Bahu Satchancha Sippancha Vinayocha Susikkito. Buddha says, to practice what I said in the beginning in the first two verses, don't believe it is so easy. It is not easy. You need to have a lot of skills, a lot of
Yes.
determination, lot of thinking, lot of courage. You name, everything should be there. That's exactly what Buddha is telling here. Bahu satchancha sippancha. You need various skills to get over this, and vinayocha susikkito. Vinayo means you have to control, you have to set discipline in your six senses. Vinayocha susikkito. Subhasita chayavacha. That means it has to come from your entire system. So self evaluation, self study, self business it is. So a lot of skills have to be developed. What to do to get rid of? So the first one is to get rid of the defilements or the bad actions. Second one is to realize that this problem is created with the upadana rupa. So to
Yes.
eradicate those two, you need to have a lot of skills. In the third verse, Buddha is insisting to this particular person.
Yes.
You understood that? Yeah.
And
The
yeah.
third one. Now, Buddha is giving, okay, stop the next one. I'll just explain the next one. Yeah, yeah. You go to the next one. Yeah, next one, right? Yeah, go further. So it's Mata Pitu Patana.
Mata
Yeah, okay.
Mata Ki.
Before going to that, please. Okay, let us see what Buddha was trying to. Yeah, that's the third one. As far as the questions are concerned, as the answers are concerned, that is the third part of the answer. Bhav Satchancha Sippancha, we just explained. You need a lot of skills, right? It's a skill,
Yes.
it's a skill development program. Buddha is giving a skill development program to this particular person now. How then? Look at the next two. Okay, go to the next one, please. Bhav Satchancha
Okay.
Sippancha. Right, go to the next one
Next
slowly.
one. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that one, that one. Yeah, just stop there, please. Thank you. Yeah, that's the one. Now, Buddha is giving in this one and the next one, Buddha is giving sort of exercises, some sort of things to train that particular person to develop the skills. Buddha didn't say it is not easy. Buddha himself is giving two exercises to do practical. Mata
Mm.
Pitu Pattana. For
Mata.
example, when you remember your parents or you're recalling your sons or siblings or relatives or whatever people, try to be neutral. Be neutral when you are treating either they are in this world or not. Be neutral. So Buddha is training this person by asking to start, because this is the most difficult part to get rid of your attachment towards your parents, attachment towards your children, attachment towards your friends or siblings first, your brothers, sisters, then to the relatives and the friends. So Buddha is asking to get trained by removing the attachments little by little. So it's a skill development program, because you can't overcome the other attachment, or it is easy to overcome the difficult easy attachment if you can overcome the difficult attachment. So Buddha is asking this person to get over the attachments from the strong attachment, I would say, from like, being with the parents, the siblings, the children. So get rid of those things. And if you have, because we don't know that monk has got, children, or that monk had got, brothers and sisters, but definitely that monk has got the parents. So at least get rid of that attachment. So that's why Buddha is mentioning all these things. Buddha didn't ask whether he is married or had children or brothers or sisters, but it's a general thing, indicated here. So we have to realize that. So it's a message given in a very broader sense. Remove the attachment, the strong attachments. So it's an exercise. It is a skill development program has been forwarded by the Buddha to this person to concentrate on the two major things. First one is to do away with the defilements. Second is to do away with the Padana Rupa, which are giving the trouble. Then Buddha said, it is not an easy task, I know. At least start these things as an example, do these things first. As an example, I'm coding these things for you to get rid of these things first.
Yes.
So try that, please. That is what Buddha's request is.
Okay.
Then that is one particular set of things Buddha has requested the person to do as an exercise. Okay, the second one is goes with the next verse. Dhananta Dhamma Charyacha. That means when you have got attachments, you have got the speed. Now the speed, Buddha is talking about the speed. Dhanancha
Mm.
Dhamma Charyacha. There's a Dhamma term. That is the speed. So the disturbing speeds, if you have got any, that has to be taken out. So you have to see, you can realize when that particular person is practicing those things, like the one before this with the mother or father or any other siblings. So if you are getting rid of that attachments, you feel your speed is reducing and you are getting calmer and calmer. Because no matter what attachment you are carrying, your system get disturbed, no matter which attachment. So somebody might say, if I attach to my parents, that won't hurt me. No, it hurts you, Buddha says. Because if something happens to the parents, if they are sick, you get disturbed if you are too attached. So things like that. So this person has to go along that towards the bliss of Nibbana, or take out all the karma from the system. That is where he is going to go. We saw that in the last verse where this person has to go. Buddha has specifically indicated the destination in this sutra. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dhanancha Dhamma Charyacha. To enhance and maintain the equity in the entire system, implement a self-reliance approach by being a prominent supporter and a firm, inflexible, habitual practitioner.
Mm.
To give up the contaminants in the interior. Anything is troubling you, impurities, everything has to be taken out gradually. So where this person is heading for, the 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 task of getting rid of the karma. So that is where this person is heading for ultimately. So for that, this has to be done. Then when these things are practicing, what happens to this person? Sometimes people get fed up. It's not an easy task, Buddha said specifically. So Buddha gives in the next verse, Buddha is telling this person to how to rectify such things if they come into the system by applying the total equanimity or Majjhima Patipada. So you go to the next one, Arati Virati Papa. That means if your system is disturbing, apply the equanimity. There is no any other medicine, if you put it like that way. To apply is only medicine you can apply now is if there is anything, your system is getting disturbed by doing these things, use the Majjhima Patipada or the tranquility and impartiality. They are the supporters to get rid of these things. What are the problems? Contamination such as repetitively pondering on achievements that came earlier. If that is giving trouble again, if it comes again and again
Mhm.
and troubling you, the pondering of your achievements and the overwhelming, happiness or the overconfidence or whatever. So use this equanimity to get rid of that. Now my question is too much, or we can stop there, or we can go to the other things as well, just to
Yeah, okay. So yeah, today we go through four forces, right? Four forces
four verses here.
and four verses. So is it possible to lead us to
Okay,
yeah
I'll
to
repeat
see the
that.
last one?
The last one is that's the destination of this particular person that
Uh
is going to take him to. So that's the destination. In between, there are a few. So
uh
Dahananta Dhammacharya, Arati Virati Papa, we have gone to that. Then another four to go until you go to the last one. So there are another
okay.
four items which can be
Mm,
discussed later if you like. But we'll go back to what we discussed again a little bit to consolidate that before we finish. Is it all right, or you want me to go to the other four as well quickly? What do you like? What do you prefer?
mm.
Whatever you say is all right. I'm prepared to do whatever you like. So Arati Virati Papa, that means your if your system is troubling you with the previous confidence and the proudness that you got, apply the equanimity then and there while practicing what I said earlier. Buddha is instructing this particular monk.
Yeah.
So if I go back to what I said, question is very clear, got stuck due to a strong attachment towards the achievement that the person has got, either by
Yes.
either by proudness or overconfidence or whatever. So Buddha's first instruction is don't deal with
Don't
defilement.
associate. Yeah. Don't deal with
Defilement
the
or
ten
yeah,
defilements.
you don't deal with those things because things get worse. You end up with krodha vaira. Kama, tanna, rati, raga, lobha, desha, moha, matsarya, krodha, vaira.
Virus.
Yeah, so it's going around that path. So Buddha asked him to put the brakes on. Stop that. Don't allow that to happen. Then it's a disaster. So it's hard to come back. Okay? So that's the first
Yeah.
verse tells. Second verse tells,
Okay.
remember that you are holding on to not real things. You are holding on to fictitious rupa, upadana rupa as proudness, as overconfidence,
Yes.
as
Yes.
this, as that. You name, everything is there. So don't rely on that. Because there is nothing, no substance there. It's
No substance there.
no
Yeah.
substance is hollow. It's a fake thing. So fake, fictitious upadana
Fake.
rupa, you are holding on to them and you say, I'm proud of this, that.
So
So
is it the illusion? Something like that.
illusion, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Don't, re-
Fictitious.
you know, don't forget that yesterday we discussed about Rupa Vedana Sanya. Buddha
Yes,
said
yes,
Rupa is nothing but, you know, uh, is fictitious, fake, things, Upadana Rupa. When you say Rupa is Upadana Rupa, there's another illusion. That's right. There's another thing Buddha says illusion for the illusion. I'll give you an example given by Buddha, which is a good example. Say you have got
Mirage. Mirage?
you have got a rope here. So this illusion I'm just trying to explain. So calm,
Rope.
what calm is an illusion, because if you look at because Buddha said calm is a froth, or form. That's what we said. Froth, calm.
Cross, right?
The froth is the rupa. Now see, upadana rupa is provided by whom? Calm. So karma brings the upadana rupa. You can't forget this.
Yes.
So when you say upadana rupa, it is to do with the karma. Okay? So,
Yeah.
so upadana rupa. Rupa, yesterday we discussed about rupa. What we said about rupa. Rupa is a froth or form.
Ah,
When the water comes onto the
yeah. Cross
surface,
or form.
there is a
Yeah, yeah.
froth, right?
Yeah,
Rupa.
bubble.
Vedana is the bubbles of the froth. Sanya
Yeah.
is the Sanya is a mirage. It's like a
Mirage.
line when you go close to the beach, you can see a line between the sky and the water. Demarcated line, demarcated line. There's a demarcated line. There's no such line. So it's a mirage.
Oh,
Okay. So
yeah.
another example about this calm. And uh, if you like, we can take that as for our upadana roop as well. Buddha give this example. You have seen these things in the parades. There is somebody has got a rope. At one end, there is a ball with fire, right? One end.
Mm.
Other end is holding by a person. Now, if that person swings this one to make a ring, you can see
Yes.
the ring of fire. When it is fast, you can see a ring of fire. Now, question is, Buddha is asking, is there any ring of fire there? No.
No. Just the speed, right?
Yeah, that's a fake. That's a fake.
Fake.
People might say, look at that. It's a ring of fire. No, it's not a ring of fire. He's swinging that to create a ring with fire, but it is fictitious.
Yeah.
So that is the example given by Buddha.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you. New
Rupa,
example.
upadana rupa. So we are uh, we got stuck with these ideas, but they are not real. We are fooled by the upadana rupa. Unfortunately, it is
Exactly.
attached to the upadana rupa. So Buddha says we are fools. Buddha says
Right.
that,
Yes, yes.
we are fools to accept them as, you know, uh, as, truthful, or as, what's the,
Ourselves and
yeah,
everything is true.
yeah, which is giving us sort of, happiness. So we are
Yeah.
fooled by those upadana rupa. But we think it's true, but it is not true. It is fake. So anyway, now this question says, I have got this particular strong attachment. Then Buddha says, first get rid of that defilements, if any. I don't want you to go along that path due to that proudness or the speed. Actually speaking, he is with a higher speed due to the proudness. That is the reality.
Speed is the karma.
Yes, Dhamma,
Dharma,
Dhamma,
dharma.
Dhamma, Dhamma. So there is Dhamma is has creeped into the system without knowledge. Without notice, the Dhamma has come into the system. So
Yes.
high speed giving the proudness, high speed giving the anger. Everything is given by high speeds. So Buddha doesn't want this person to go along that path. So Buddha said, don't go along that path anymore. Don't go along the defilements. Look at the perfections or the paramita. That's the term I like to use. That's a paramita. And the 10 wholesome actions.
Yes.
Go along that. Then Buddha says, remember you are holding on to Upadana Rupa as proudness. Remember that. Because Rupa,
Yes.
Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana are the elements of a thought. So you are holding on to a thought which begins with a fictitious Upadana Rupa. So if you are holding on to something, what you are holding on to, Buddha says, everything that we are holding on to in this life until we go from this world, we are holding on to Upadana Rupa as this is mine, that is mine, this is not mine, that is not mine, and all that. Nothing else. Everybody is
Yes.
holding on to Upadana Rupa. In essence, in
Exactly.
short,
Yes.
Buddha says, everybody in this world, no matter what, all are filled with their interior or the mind filled with upadana
Yeah.
rupa and say, that is mine, this is mine, it is yours,
Yes.
that is not
Yes.
mine, and all that. Understood?
So terrible. Yes. Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Um,
When you go on
too
shoot,
much attachment. So yeah, in the 10 defilements and the
yes,
fourth one, right? Four.
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Four. What's that?
The fourth one is Bahu Satchancha Sippancha. That means this is not an easy task.
Ah,
So remember that this is not an easy task to get rid of all these things because our system is so used to that. That's the fourth one
yeah.
says.
Get used to
Bhav
that. So
Satyanta
used to that.
Sippancha. So remember that I will give you two tasks to practice. What are the two tasks? When you are treating, when the mother or father, if you remember mother, father, or because these are strong
Siblings.
attachments. So
Yeah.
get rid of the strong attachment gradually, then you can practice for the other things to do away with. Then arati virati papa. So then when you are doing these things, you might find it very hard to, you know, get rid of that proudness. Again, although you have done these things, you might say, still my proudness is coming behind me. Then Buddha says, use what I said to use, and you specifically utilize or use the the
Skillful means.
upekha,
Upeka.
tranquility. Use the
Upeka.
tranquility to get rid
Tranquility.
of that big attachment with proudness. Arati virati
Mm.
papa majjapana ja sanya. Majjapana is the impartiality or tranquility or
Impartiality.
upekha,
Tranquility. Equanimity.
equanimity. Yeah. Majjapana is that.
Manjapana. Okay.
Japana cha sanyam. So use your skills and bring it on. What? the equanimity, impartiality. So I think you have understood that part. The rest is not difficult. Rest is like, then once you are doing these things, your system will tell you, yes, you're on the right track, go ahead, you can achieve, don't worry, all these things happening in the next months.
Yes, so good. Yeah,
Hmm?
self confirmation, and yeah, the system will. You told
Self-assessment,
us.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the system will tell you which is right and also speak and listen. Right.
Whether your speed is less, whether speed is higher, all those things are said and done.
Yeah, so good.
All right.
All
So you
right.
happy with that? So if you're happy with that, we can stop there, and I'll let you know whether I'm coming tomorrow or not. And
Okay.
uh, so it depends. Some days are good, some days are not good. So it fluctuates. Don't you know this physical body doesn't, live the way that we like.
Yes.
Some days exhausted, some days very tired, some days pretty
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try my best, and please check whether you can adjust the time, bringing at least half an hour forward if possible.
Okay. I will check with them before ending. And so before ending this lecture, I also would like to do the prayer, especially for your system,
Thank
for your physical system. Okay. So blessed by the Buddha's wonderful teachings. Yeah, incredible and unbelievable teachings. I really enjoy it. And blessed by the kind mentor Benny's instruction, and blessed by two doctors, compassion leading and inspiring, and especially the translation. We
you.
really, yeah, we are benefited a lot. Yeah, we're beneficial. Thank you. May our Dr. Bodhi will recover soon and will adjust the speed to the neutral, yeah, in the system. May all beings have the intention to achieve Bodhi and quickly realize the unsurpassed enlightenment as our Buddha. Thank you so much for your teaching, for your instruction.
Thank you so much for your wishes and also listening this Buddha's
Take good
teaching.
care.
Quite very
Yeah, okay. So, and I will ask the members the time. You would like to have the time adjust to 8:30 to 8:09, right?
Either 8:30 to 9:30 or 9 to 10.
9:30, 8:30 or 9:30. Okay, your time.
No,
And
no.
so Darwin time.
Yeah, yeah, 8:30 to 9:30, or
Yeah,
if it is not possible, just half an hour, advance, 9 to 10, something like that.
9 to 10, 9 to 10. Okay,
Yeah, that's all right.
9
Yeah,
to 10. And so Darwin time is. Taiwan time is 9 to 10.
yeah, just check whether you can.
Okay, no worries. I will check with them through emails or through tests.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank
not
you.
in a hurry. You can try tomorrow and day after. Once I come back, I can start at 9:30 as scheduled, but you can ask them, later if you have not got time. It's all right. It's up to you.
Okay.
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 Don't
Thank you so
don't don't
much.
rush. Don't rush. Okay. It doesn't.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you so much. All the best. Thanks
All the
for attending.
best and good night. Have
Good
a
night.
good rest.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.